Greetings, fellow gardeners and soil enthusiasts. Welcome back to Smart Garden, where we dig deep into the wisdom of the past to cultivate the gardens of tomorrow. Today, I'm about to share something extraordinary with you, a discovery that has the potential to completely transform the way you think about feeding your soil and nourishing your plants. Are you tired of your plants struggling despite all your efforts and expensive modern products? Do you find yourself constantly reaching for another bottle of synthetic fertilizer, wondering why your garden isn't thriving the way you imagined? Imagine a soil so rich, so alive, it practically grows your plants for you. We've rediscovered a forgotten 19th century method that not only outperforms every contemporary soil amendment, but could radically transform your garden into an effortless Eden. The perceived drawbacks that led to the method's decline were largely fabricated or misunderstood. Critics claim the process was too time-consuming, too smelly, or too unpredictable in its nutrient content. Modern scientific understanding has debunked these concerns entirely. Yes, fermentation takes time, but the active work required is minimal. Nature really does the heavy lifting. The smell, when the process is done correctly with proper carbon-to-nitrogen ratios, is earthy and pleasant, not offensive. As for nutrient content, while it may vary slightly based on input materials, this variability is actually beneficial, providing a diverse nutrient profile that synthetic fertilizers can never match. Now that you understand what you've been missing, let's talk about how you can bring this revolutionary method into your own garden. Creating fermented nutrient slurry is, honestly, remarkably straightforward, requiring nothing more than organic materials you likely already have access to: water, a container, and patience. This is accessible to everyone from apartment balcony gardeners to those with sprawling homesteads. Alright, so to get started, you'll want to gather your organic ingredients. The best slurries, honestly, combine both nitrogen-rich green materials and carbon-rich browns for optimal fermentation. Grass clippings, vegetable kitchen scraps, fresh weeds that don't have seeds, and animal manure are all great sources of nitrogen. Dried leaves, straw, and small woody materials, on the other hand, contribute carbon. If you have access to aged manure from herbivores like rabbits, chickens, goats, or horses, this creates an exceptionally nutrient-dense base. But, it's important to avoid meat, dairy, or oils, since these can create anaerobic conditions that produce foul odors and attract pests. Now you'll need a large container. A 5-gallon bucket works beautifully for small gardens, while larger operations might use food-grade barrels or tanks. Fill your container about halfway with your chopped organic materials. It's worth taking a few minutes to chop or shred larger items, since smaller pieces ferment more quickly and completely. Next, add water until all materials are completely submerged, leaving several inches of headspace at the top for expansion and bubbling during fermentation. Cover your container loosely with a lid or breathable fabric secured with a cord. This is crucial. You want to allow gases to escape while preventing debris, insects, and animals from entering. Place your container in a shaded location away from direct sunlight, as excessive heat can kill beneficial microorganisms. Within a few days, you'll notice bubbling as fermentation begins. Stir your mixture every 2 to 3 days to introduce oxygen and ensure even fermentation throughout. The initial strong activity will subside after about 2 weeks, though complete fermentation typically takes 3 to 4 weeks, depending on temperature and materials used. You'll know it's ready when the bubbling has stopped, the liquid has darkened considerably, and it has a pleasantly earthy, slightly sweet smell rather than the sharp ammonia scent of fresh manure. Strain your finished slurry through cheesecloth, an old t-shirt, or fine mesh to separate the liquid from the solid residue. The liquid concentrate is incredibly potent and must be diluted before application. Mix 1 part slurry with 10 parts water for most applications. Apply your diluted slurry directly to the soil around your plants, avoiding direct contact with foliage to prevent potential burning. Water thoroughly after application to help nutrients penetrate into the root zone. For established gardens, apply every 2 to 3 weeks throughout the growing season. New plantings benefit from a soil drench 1 week before transplanting to inoculate the soil with beneficial microorganisms. The environmental benefits of adopting this forgotten method really do extend far beyond your garden fence. By creating your own fertilizer from organic waste, you're dramatically reducing your reliance on synthetic inputs that require enormous amounts of fossil fuels to manufacture and transport. You're closing nutrient loops on your property, transforming waste into wealth rather than sending organic materials to landfills where they generate methane. The beneficial microorganisms you're introducing to your soil create a living ecosystem that continues to improve year after year, building soil organic matter and carbon sequestration capacity. Economically, the savings are substantial. A single batch of fermented slurry costs virtually nothing to produce, but replaces hundreds of dollars worth of bottled fertilizers and soil amendments. Over a season, these savings multiply, making organic gardening not just environmentally superior but financially advantageous. This democratizes high-quality gardening, making it accessible regardless of budget. I encourage you to try this method in your own garden this season. Start small if you're hesitant. Treat just one bed or a few containers and compare results against your conventional methods. Document your observations, take photographs, and share your experiences with our growing community of gardeners, rediscovering these sustainable, time-tested practices. Together, we're not just growing better gardens. We're reclaiming agricultural knowledge that never should have been lost and building a movement toward truly regenerative growing practices. If you found this guide valuable and you're excited to transform your garden with this forgotten wisdom, please subscribe to Smart Garden and hit that notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into practical, results-driven gardening techniques. Share this video with fellow gardeners who are ready to break free from expensive synthetic products and embrace methods that actually work. Let's grow together and prove that sometimes the best innovations are really rediscoveries of what our ancestors already knew.